Obadiah Barnes is one of the most passionate, friendly, genuine guys I've ever met in my life.
He is really smart. He really knows what he's doing and is just always willing to chip in and help. A lot of people are generous with their money. A lesser number of people are generous with their time. But a smaller percentage of people even yet are generous with their knowledge during that time. And that is like the ultimate level of generosity in my opinion. And this is something Obadiah does really well, is helping the other people, taking the extra time, even on top of the time you're already giving.
So that family in Muleshoe that started the church there are terrific people, and they came to one of our workshops out of the blue. And they are kingdom people. And we started talking after the workshop, and they said, hey, we want to build a home. And I felt the Lord tickle me a little bit that we should help with that, right? And in my mind, I immediately was thinking that framing the house was one of those things that we could do as a group. He's got a house full of kids, lots of things to do, a full-time job. So for him to commit whole weekends from sun up to sundown, he's given up his time away from his work that he would give to his family to do this. But he was excited to do that from the very beginning, didn't hesitate. He would know how to do something, and some of us would not, and some of us were arguing about how it should happen, but he gently and carefully led us in the right way to do everything.
So we signed up for the Casa Playhouse. It's a nonprofit organization that helps kids, and we signed up to build a playhouse for him. There was no having to ask him to do something or even think about it again. He took charge of it, and they spent, it was the better part of a week away from their families and away from their kids, and just making sure that this got done. We had a deadline on it. It was a pretty quick deadline, and he was able to bring some people along with him. I remember Doc Carricker's kids being out there. I remember looking over at one point and seeing Obadiah showing one of the guys how to shoot a nail gun properly, and just kind of the etiquette of it, just knowing when to shoot and when not to, and how to work your hose and stuff like that. And it was just a really cool teaching moment. The volunteering part of Obi is 100% contagious. It's something that just, you have no choice but to be inspired by it. Obadiah, man, we are super proud of you. We're glad to have you on this team. We love having you on this team. You've been a huge asset to us. You've been a wonderful friend, and I couldn't ask for anybody better to win this award. So we love you very much, and we're thankful for you, buddy.
One of the best things about Jared is just, he's proactive. I can tell he has a heart of service.
He has a lot of drive and just wants to always do better.
I can tell in his heart that mediocrity is not part of who he is.
We were going through a lot of changes in accounting, and he picked up a role that I was covering, and it was such a relief for me so I could pick up other stuff. We're closing so many homes, and we had credit card to do and all these other areas of accounting that needed to be done, and him kind of coming in and taking over that role allowed us to be able to make sure financials were issued cleanly and solidly. And the closing is an accounting job. It's part of the accounts receivable process. Jared is business support, which is, I guess, supporting all areas of business, but this was not what he signed up to do when he came.
Sometimes we'll have just some complex ad hoc projects that are maybe a little tedious, on the business side, and Jared's not afraid to dive in and go for it. I think it goes unnoticed, but we can totally depend on him. He comes through in the clutch, and he does it with a smile on his face, and he's always positive. So that encourages me when I get in the same situation to remember to breathe and to smile and to stay positive.
Hey Jared, I'm so glad that you got this award. As your manager, as your leader, man, I love you so much, buddy, and you definitely deserve it.